The terrain. How do you think the terrain affects the training you've done? And how do you think it will shape?
Meet Martyn Kennaugh and Dave Savage, two fitness fanatics who set themselves the task of raising £25,000 for a pancreatic scanning machine for Southampton Hospital, a piece of equipment that will save the lives of many. Why are they doing this? They have both been touched by cancer.
2 years ago, my dad was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. 6 weeks later, you know, that was kind of the end. From being diagnosed with cancer to actual, you know, to the end, it was a very short period, and that was a big shock for my family.
I collapsed a couple of years ago, so I was taken to hospital. They said, "We've got a sneaky suspicion. We need you back in for some testing to eliminate the possibility of what turned out to be cancer." You know, test results come back. It's obviously a huge relief, but because it happened in such a short space of time, there wasn't really enough time to absorb it. Scariest moment of my life, and because I wouldn't wish that upon anybody at all, this is what's given me my motivation to do this challenge.
The challenge is a 3.5-mile swim across the Solent and then a 65-mile run around the Isle of Wight. Ride sands back to ride sands and then a swim back, which takes place over 3 days.
I think the main concern is fatigue, is getting tired along the way, and particularly the way back, because after having swum the distance one way and then run around the island, getting back again is going to be even more of a challenge.
The boys embarked on their 10-month training programme. This involved running, swimming and weight training, which for Dave was a case of returning to his old life as a pro triathlon competitor, and for Martyn was something new altogether.
If you pick a goal and you then take on a suitable training regime to try and give yourself the best idea of how you can cope with that, then that gives you the best possible chance to do it.
There's 3 times as many people die of pancreatic cancer than are killed on the roads every year in the UK. Our charity is looking at patients with pancreatic tumours, liver tumours and neuroendocrine tumours, and our aim is to provide the best equipment to treat these.
We want to provide, the perfection in terms of outcomes and in terms of service we provide our patients, and I think that a good quality ultrasound machine would help us do that.
No chances were taken when it came to their health. Both Martyn and Dave spent time with Southampton Solent University monitoring their overall fitness to be sure they are both up to the challenge. Precautions were also taken when it came to the logistics of the boys swimming across the Solent alongside the ribs and kayaks.
The last 4 or 5 months we've basically been doing a few rib and kayak assisted swims. So it's getting used to hand signals in the pool. We work in conjunction with the kayaks, so we actually sight off the kayaks and the kayaks would sight off the ribs in front of them. So not only is it training exercise for us, it's training exercise for these lads so they can work in conjunction with the kayaks, like I say, and the swimmers. A bit more VHF training and route plotting. So this is one of 4 or 5 rib assisted swims that we've done.
It's good practice as well because you can get into a bit of cold water. We're swimming from Cobden Bridge down to Northern Bridge today and back. So the total distance is about 3 miles. So good practice all around.
On top of the training, they worked in conjunction with schools as well as setting up the charity itself, and finally organised the logistics of the event. All that was left for the both of them now was the event itself.